Hi everyone, this is Steve here from HFA Asia. Thank you for joining us at this Facebook Live. So how are you all? Now, here we go again. So fast as 1 week already. And today we have very, how would I say? You know, we all talk about property all the time. I'm yet to invite someone that is expert in the property environment. Today we have Evon Heng, and Evon Heng is a principal of knack Malaysia. Now, how I got to know about knack because I was staying in Singapore for 18 years, right? And knack is quite popular in Singapore. And I didn't realize that in Malaysia we do have knack until I met her. Later part, I'm going to ask her the same questions, you know, whether she remember where we first met or not. But for now itself, she will be here together with me at this Facebook Live to share a little bit about how she used personal branding at her advanced stage to push her way all the way up until she became a principal of knack, and also, you know, a kind of like build relation with all her clients, and you know how she do things differently from the rest of negotiator in the marketplace. Okay, without much ado, before we invite, let me share this. Please remember to like, comment, and share. If you have any questions, please type in the comment, okay? And then ask any questions that you like, okay? As long as appropriate, then we will be answering either for me or for Evon, okay? Now, please remember to like, comment, and share. Whether it's you are my friend or Evon friend, please remember to help us so that more people will able to be have the advantage to see this Facebook Live and learn from it. Okay, without much ado, I hope that you all give as much like as possible. Just click like, and we welcome Evon Heng. Yay! Hi.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I'll ask you: are you excited?
Yes.
So definitely, this is called excitement, right? Now, here I would like to ask you. You know, like as a people always ask after MCO, how is the property market? I'm quite sure you have answered this many times already, but we do it one more time actually in front of our viewers here. Yeah. Come.
Right now, how is the market? The market is actually switched to the buyer market. So right now, that means they more favorable to the buyer. And right now, it's like for those sellers who want to sell, it's actually they want to sell it to. We know that during this pandemic, and that's affected a lot of business, and a lot of owners, they can actually sell it off and cash it out and to support their business. So now it's actually buyer market, and we know that they will have some good property below market price. So that's why buyer have more choice to actually go and grab it.
Now you say that buyer have more choice. I think we do understood like whenever a crisis, I think generally buyer have more choice. But just now you mentioned about seller. Is it easy for them to sell property? Tricky questions, right?
As we know that seller always want to have a high price.
Right.
But during this moment, everyone is looking for below market price.
Right.
So it's actually, if you seller able to hold on, then you just hold on. If you're not able, then really need to cash out, then just get the right real estate negotiator to help you at least to get.
That's why your job comes about, right?
Yes.
So I actually have one more question. See, like because like all the benefits that you give into the property, you kind of like the government give a lot of advantage, right? On this one, until when is this?
Actually, just apply to the HOC. HOC means home ownership campaign. It's under developer. But it's also very subjective to the developer, which is apply the HOC terms. Then only you able. It's not applied to secondary market. So right now for the under the HOC, they get the free MOT, and then also get the because as we know, third property we kept at 70%, but right now it's actually open up to the project which is under HOC.
So all this will be until 2021.
until next year.
Until next year, end of
Yes.
next year.
Yes.
Okay, so what it means that we still have a little bit of time to maybe CC look lah, we call
And
that.
another good thing is
Yeah.
the RPGTs. So this is another program that is help the seller so that when you sell, then you can no need to have the real property gain tax. It's just maximum for 3 properties.
I see. So I think generally, what the government wants is just to help us
Yes.
to do all these transactions so that there's more spending happening.
Yes.
Yeah, because the society have more spending, it means the economy will be more robust, right?
Yes.
But definitely don't do your fair share of do your homework
Yes.
so that you know that you are getting the best of the best, But the best of the best is always like that. We don't need to be too take too much of advantage of other people lah, As long as got a little bit of advantage and it's fair, I think that's good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you know what I kind of was reading newspaper, and there's a couple of articles was talking about how that the government sector was going against people call them property guru, who kind of share a lot of their knowledge into bulk buying and all these things. I'm not saying that anything against them, but I'm just wanting to know your perspective on this as a negotiator.
You can learn from them, but once you get all this knowledge, all this information, you yourself still have to go and do your homework. Especially they say some area is good for investment. You yourself have to go down there and do the research. As everyone you buying share or buying anything, you also will need to do your homework. Whether is it the accessibility, is it as what they say, amenities as what they say, how is the rental, by checking. Nowadays you just go online and you're able to check all the details. How is the transactions, how is the rental. You also can actually check with the negotiator that focus on the area, see how is the response, demand and supply, then it will help you.
Right. Okay. So that's why I think it's very important. Always do your fair share of homework.
Yeah.
And always people say that besides having a lawyer as your best friend, having a negotiator as your best friend is also a good deal, right?
Yes.
Because you always have all the best deal. Your friend will tell you, hey, better take care of this, better take care of that, mindful that. Because there's a lot of things I feel negotiator know much better than us.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And also remember to be friend with those is REN. They are registered negotiator. I mean, they go for REN. They have their rent tag.
What is it called again?
Rent tag.
Rent tag. It
Yes.
means, but I thought that is a necessity, right? It's a must, right?
It's a must because during this moment still have a lot of those illegal negotiator that is not rent. So you
non-registered, not illegal.
yeah.
I discovered that this one is done about last year or something like that. They impose everyone to do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Everyone, is it people have to go for a test?
You need to go for a class.
Class, okay. Good. Okay, so now I'll just say hi to some of your friends. Jono, I think is your friend. Evon, Heng is the best. I know all these your fan base. Sammy, you.
John,
we have
John is the boss.
John is the boss.
I
Okay.
mean, in the last time we met.
Ah,
yes.
I see. So hey John, hi June, hi Melissa, hi everyone. So if you have the house, please remember to like, comment, and share. Please feel free if you have anything to ask, please type your comment and question over here. So I'm more happy to be answering your question. Now, for me, I have a lot of agents that comes to me for they always like to ask me when they come to my class. They say, hey, how can I make my high net worth clients, right, become my friends? They always ask me the same questions, okay? Now, I ask you, personally, I ask you, what makes a real estate negotiator, some of their clients become only up to client basis? How come some of them can upgrade to become a friend? What do you think is the difference here?
The difference here is whether they plan to go further to build the relationship and trust with them, or they just want to make the deal and then just stop there.
So you already say my answer already, right? That's the point, you see, because I mentioned the same thing for the agent or the negotiator that asked me these questions. They wanted to find out how can I actually make their client to be their friend. Then I think to begin with, the objective must be correct first. If let's say the objective is you are treating them as a client, then whatever you do, you think, or whatever communications you do is only stay from the client perspective.
Yes.
But if you want to make them your friend, you almost need to change in terms of what you say to them, what you do to them, how you do on them. So all these things need to be changed, right?
And then at the same time, are you listening? Are you adding value to them? Or you just do or sick of just closing the deal?
I think all of them add value, but add value from the basis of property only. Sometimes in order to make friend, you need to add value from other perspectives. Correct, right? And then how about once this transaction closed already, what is the next things that you need to do? Now, most people, I feel the next thing they do is they start to offer whatever opportunity market there is. I think then you yourself have already kind of restrict that into this is a client and negotiator.
Yes.
Now, if you want to go to another side, you must start to go and move on to other topic of discussions.
Sure.
Right? So I think this one is what I think a lot of negotiation needs to realize, or even insurance agent need to realize, that whatever that we do is the result is because of our own doing. What do you think about it?
Yes,
right?
That's very important.
Correct. So therefore, Penny or Penny say hi to you, Chunki, and Marcus, hey brother, and Mr. Lai, thank you for joining us. Please remember to like, comment, and share so that more people will benefit from this Facebook Live. We are going to discuss a lot of very, very, very cool points here. Now, we already share with Evon that we say that as a negotiator, it's very important that if you want to build relationship, all you need to do is go and out from the topic that is other than property. Now, if the topic to begin with doesn't go out, then it's very hard. Like just like me and Evon here, right? Because of course she came to me as my client, and then I told her, we can talk more than just this. That's where we start building our friendship bit by bit, right?
Yes.
So if you don't start to put in other things in, so it's going to be very tricky. Now, we are going to ask you the first questions that I think that I ask every of my guests is do you remember when we first met, Sika?
We first met is during the MCO. Then I signed up your courses about the branding online.
Yeah, you just.
Yes. So then this is how I met Steve. And after knowing that, we talk a lot more. And then we come to this stage that got another program that Steve invited me to become the mentor of it for the Women for Women conference.
Right. Like you came here during MCO time, right? I still remember you signed up for my online personal branding strategy.
Yes.
And then when you sign up for online personal branding strategy, then after that, that's where we met. We meet first time is through Zoom.
Yes.
Okay. So I say, hey, for me, my purpose is like, hey, how come, right? Like, I don't see you because I have like so many agents or so many people in the real estate in my life. I think how come I never see you before and things like that. So I said, hey, but don't worry about the way that you talk, the way that you present yourself. I say that, wow, there's this Evon has so much opportunity. I say, I must die. I want her to be in my environment. I want to groom her. I want her to be shining like no way. Because you see, sometimes like while we are doing our running my business, we kind of know like who are able to like kind of like go on to the next level because your foundation is almost there already. The next thing is you probably need someone to just pull you up. So that's the reason why I told you from the day one, even now itself, I say that there's so much opportunity. So one of them, I think you're ready. All you need to do is like have the courage to go and try different things. And thank you once again for agreeing to be a part of the Women for Women conference. I think at this moment, this project is a very right project to do because the society needs a lot more love, a lot more kindness. Yeah, we'll go a little bit more in depth into that. Yeah. In this card, I would like to ask you during the MCO or the MCO, what is your biggest breakthrough that you discover? Because I guess everyone, like during that 10 weeks at home, right, you probably have that one breakthrough that you feel so much. And what is that? Can you share with the audience a little bit? Yeah.
The breakthrough that I have is also, yes, learning online and embrace the IT. As we know that IT is very much important, but during the MCO, we realized it is so important. And a lot of time we thought that training can just do it physically. But actually, in fact, we can actually do the training online by using Zoom. I also, during the moment, I also try to use Zoom, try to use different tools that actually still able to do the connections with all our agents, ensures they are upgrade themselves. So right now, I learned new words from Steve. It's called hybrid.
Hybrid. Woo-hoo!
Online and offline.
Right.
So can do it both concurrently.
Correct. I feel like everything needs to be embraced both sides.
Yes.
Like, yes, we are 10 weeks at home previously. We have no choice but just to embrace online. But now we are coming back to the marketplace already. But coming back to a marketplace doesn't mean that we have to neglect the online. Because I feel that online is already a part of our environment. Now, what we do is how we carefully combine these two together for our own benefit. Like what you say earlier during our dinner time, you say that, hey, you realize that meeting your client or meeting your potential, you don't exactly have to meet them, right? So I feel like that part itself, you don't need to educate your client. Your client is being educated by the crisis. Even you also by educated.
Yes.
I feel like the society has been educated by the crisis to embrace online, and that helps us a lot actually.
Yes,
isn't it?
Because our agents also use Zoom to really close and bring the client to have a visual tour, and they manage to close the deal without physical viewing. They just use the IT to bring the client to work through.
Correct.
Then they're able to close the deal.
Interesting. Okay, now recently I have a project going on. One of our high-value member asked me to do something because I'm in charge of really like to sell this property. I want to ask your advice, okay? Now this property value is 8 million.
8 million.
Okay. Now the interior furniture and all the finishing is 2 million. So by right we say this is the property worth evaluation is 8 million. But because the soft touch is 2 million, my customer wants to do it at 10 million. I feel it's possible because it's all about how you promote it, how you draw it. So that's why I myself have to go through the whole process of bringing the whole property up. Is it possible to do that? That perceptions value?
Yes, it's actually about willing seller and willing buyer. If someone know how to appreciate and willing to buy the value of it, then yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because like I have seen also like some of my friends, when they sell their house, right, they kind of dress it up so homely that this person just came in, they say, I don't care, this is my home.
Yes.
And they just want to like exactly just know, please don't touch anything, don't bring anything out from here. I just want to buy exactly the same.
Yes.
But it does help, right?
Yes, yes.
So in this case itself, which I think is quite possible. That's why I asked you. So because this is a project that I'm embarking, I hope that I will do a great job promoting it. But I guess it's all about perspective. I think this kind of selling we use a lot actually in Singapore also, in Hong Kong also, right? That kind of perspective. Is there any name for that? I call it a perceived promotion, perspective promotion or something, right?
No any special name.
No very special, but it's possible, right?
Yes, yes.
Cool.
It's something like the people who know how to appreciate. Like sometimes, so some drawing,
yes,
some valuable
art
antique
art pieces.
Yeah,
yes.
so it's actually
no value in that, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
you just feel like you're buying because you just love it so much.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good, amazing. I think anything got to do with like talk about 8 million, 10 million. I think that one is very possible. We talk about 200, 3,000, 10,000, maybe that's not possible. Yeah. Okay, that's very good because your breakthrough is about online. I think more the online kind of like is a lot of our breakthrough. Any of our breakthroughs, it's been a part and parcel of our environment too.
And today I'm here to
Right, isn't it? Thank you once again for being my guest. We are very excited to have you because you're not only is quite well known in terms of the real estate negotiator environment. You're also one of the mentor for the Women for Women conference. So later part we'll talk a little bit about that. So for the guests in the house, if you are in the house, if you are Evon's friends, please remember to like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people will be at benefit of listening to this Facebook Live. Okay, now let us go into the topic of woman. Okay, now as a woman, what do you think of? Is there any judgmental remarks that you feel that is trending on the social media and you like to voice it up?
Just come across one because sometimes women, we have nice body, right? Sometimes we will tend to wear slightly a bit sexy, but people will comment it. Why this woman wearing that? This is some sad part.
I think
we just embrace our body.
I think it's not only embrace your body. I feel you're so right in that because, frankly speaking, all of us have the right to wear anything we want. Fair? That is fair, right? Like, a guy can be topless also, and it's fine. A guy can be doing anything, it's fine. But how come when a woman wears something a little bit sexy, then it becomes like, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to show? I think that kind of remarks is not so right. And I feel like it's very sexist in many ways, not only in Malaysia, but in a lot of other places also. Not only this, I think you brought out one thing is talking about what you wear, the attire it is. Now, I think we have the same situations when there is also a trending topic going on that some, society, whether it's government people, is talking about that our Malaysia Airlines stewardess needs to change the uniform because that uniform suggests a lot of things, right? So, and then, there is also a saying that our sports gymnastic has to wear something else because that wear is suggesting something. I like it when I'm not too sure which sports minister, whether it's Kyrie or not, like he mentioned this. If you think that it suggests something, don't even see. It's your eye that's having a problem. I think that is like so funny coming out. I think this is very true, isn't it?
Yes.
Why? No one forced you to see. It means like, how can you? It's your eye, and you can go and say that it's people's fault. I think that is very wrong in many ways, right? And we have Datin in the house also. Thanks, you say hi, Datin. Thank you for joining. I have to respect Datin because she has always, any of my life, she's always there and she always respects. So I appreciate that. And thank you very much. And we also Claire. Claire has all the way from London joining us. Yeah. So we talk about that. This judgmental trending is about your attire. So ladies out there, please wear whatever you want. Okay. If other people have different thoughts, their mind is wrong. Okay. It's not your fault. But of course, saying that, I think we also practice our own fair share of be at the environment that we always take care of ourselves. Don't go to the car park alone. Don't do all these things. I think the basic things we still need to do. But the basic thing we do, whether we wear sexy or don't sexy, we still want to do. But that is about taking care of our own well-being. Isn't it correct? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now, how about, since we talk about this judgmental, how about what you think as whether it's a real estate or as a woman? How about I talk about it in the real estate environment, right? Is there difference the way people treat a real estate negotiator, a woman, or a man real estate negotiator? Throughout your journey, do you see any environment that is different, or you have any example that you like to share with us, or any story you like to share?
Actually, it's not much different, but some of them they will say they tend to favorable to women. Woman. Yeah.
Oh, so this is a woman. Why? Tell me.
because maybe they say that woman is more caring,
Mm-hmm.
woman is more patient, and they are good listener. So this is something that this is majority of people, but I didn't find difference because sometimes that's why you can see the negotiator roles they have men and women is actually equal.
I
So there's
see.
sometimes perspective of others is different.
Do we have the data? Like in Malaysia, how many percentage is men? How many percentage? Agak-agak lah.
I didn't really
Right.
think about
How
that.
about your prop nets? Give me a
We tend to
agak-agak.
have women do it very good. Oh, the top transactor is by the woman.
Okay, top transaction is by women, but how about the overall? How many percentage is men? How many percentage is women?
How many percentage? I don't know.
Roughly? 50-50? No.
60-40.
60 is what?
60. I didn't really. This is a quick question. Next
Okay,
time
you go back.
I will go back and check. But
Yeah.
but based on the like example top 10 transactor, we tend to have 8 women and 2 men. Actually, women is very determined.
In fact, like sometimes I'm not too sure because like in Malaysia, I hardly see a lot of newspaper because like in Singapore time, right, we have like a section like talking about property, and every time they will have the face on the side one. I'm not too sure Malaysia don't really do that, right? So like you know, like the Straits Times, right? There's one part that's talking all the deal of the day. So usually they like to put their face beside their deal. So I kind of see like it's quite a lot of men too.
Maybe our company is so women.
So that's why maybe you're there, right? So women empowerment, correct, right?
But we do support everyone.
Correct.
No matter it's women or men.
True. So what do you think? When you meet a woman buyer, how about they say that opposite attraction? When you meet like woman negotiator have a better deal with the man, and the man negotiator better with the woman. Now there's always a saying about this. What do you think?
You always like to ask all this. It's
yes,
subjective.
Subjective. I mean, whether do you think that is does it make sense or not?
Because some people they would like to deal with men because they are very straightforward and they very straightforward and they just done the deal. And some people will like to deal with women because they are very patient and then they do every details, proposal, care of their property, and then do advertisement and handle it well and with the relationship built.
Actually, just a test to you okay. Frankly speaking, what is man, what is woman? We have men that is sensitive with women that is not sensitive, right? So everything also have all kind of people in this world. Generally, as long as your feeling is good, your good feel, and you like the negotiator, it doesn't care whether it's a man or woman. We don't have to judge that, right? So we judge on whether we like it, whether personality is good, whether they are kind, they're helpful. I think that's the most important thing.
Whether they are responsible.
Correct. Responsible. And all these things doesn't judge whether it's male or female.
Yes.
Somehow, somewhere, I like to ask this question is because it all becomes like a fixed question that people always like to do. And I think that all these questions kind of like pollute our mind a little bit of how do we see things. I think that we can get we can get very well with both men and women anytime we want, right? So I don't think that's any issue. How about when we talk about women empowerment? Now, what is your opinion? What is women empowerment? I know you have been asked a lot of times already.
Women's actually is like we help each other. Okay, it's a two-way, and like when it actually like example building a team, we do have women, so it's actually saying empower. At the same time, I empower myself, and also at the same time, I empower you. And then this is where that we inspire each other, and then we support each other, and we help each other to be transformed. Especially being a leader, sometimes they are the group of people that push you further to another level and higher level. At the same time, when they see you going to another level higher, you tend to pull them up as well. So it's actually two ways.
Correct. Because like always we say that every time when we advise somebody, we also remind ourselves, right? And sometimes when we see other people making a mistake, we also learn from the mistake that is being done. Or maybe we see other people achieving a success, we also learn that we want to do something like that. So it's always like a two-way thing. I think that is quite nice for you to kind of like summarize what is woman empowerment. It doesn't have to be only me to you.
Yes,
right?
It's very true.
Correct. So now, on this itself, people always say that the mindset is important.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion about that?
Mindset is very important. As I normally share with my team, and also our company always tell our agents, there's two mindset. One is fixed mindset and one is growth mindset. So it's very important to have growth mindset. Growth mindset is mean that you are open to accept the changes and willing to learn no matter how. Fixed mindset is mean that you don't like to change. You are fixed and you can't accept all those new things, and you always tell yourself that I can't do it. So for growth, you won't have the.
But easy to say, but how about that? Those people, they don't mind to have the growth mindset, but after they do like 1 day, 2 days, and then they give up. So are they growth mindset or fixed mindset?
And they tend to fall back to the fixed mindset.
Isn't it? It's very tricky, right?
Yes.
How long do you think that someone needs to persevere on before that mindset is being fixed?
You need to always remind yourself. Sometimes, we have all those habits. So we need to aware what is the habit that you have, then you stop and then you choose and move on. Yeah, because sometimes life will happen and then you have a lot of habits that you couldn't just change a day. But once you're aware already with all this knowledge, you just move yourself and push yourself to that. Yeah, sometimes a new thing, like example, like new IT that we learn right now, maybe just cannot be 1 day. You have to learn maybe 10 times or 100 times to ensure that there's new habit that is cultivated.
Like what they say, right? Just don't give up, right? So here itself, I think Evon have shared. Number one itself is please have a growth mindset. That's number one, to be aware, right? Then after that, you need to go and accept the growth part. What are the ways that can help you to change? But please don't give up because it's the result that you want. Because I think yesterday I read from a book by Dr. Leaf, a US scientist. He said this. Now, all of us are born differently.
Yes.
Which means when you can, if let's say you take 3 weeks to achieve this result, I cannot use your measurement of 3 weeks for myself because I'm different. I'm being built differently. So even though I take 3 months, it's okay. We don't have to compare.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, all we want is we achieve the result.
That's true.
3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, we don't care. That is only the time. The most important thing is we do until we achieve the result. What do you think about that?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, our own great teacher at the same time also great enemy is
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So we don't compare. Comparing is also comparing about the time. I think time, yes, is important, but don't let it be a measurement of how fast or how slow you need to achieve something. I think that's a very good one. I have Mr. Lai here. Want to ask you this question. Through your real estate entrepreneurship, what are the main criteria the agent must have to thrive in the current changing economic situations? What one advice will you give to the agents to be successful? What is that one thing, Mr. Lai said, must do? Then you will be successful in this challenging economy.
Always upgrade ourselves, continue improvement because the current market is always changing, especially like sometimes the government have a new ruling and then sometimes they have different government set up differently and bank also have some changes. So as a negotiator, we always must be professionals to upgrade our skills, upgrade our knowledge so that we're able to provide a professional advice to our client.
I see.
Yes.
Because it's very important to do that, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Always must self-improve. Like until me right now, I always learn a lot of new things. Learn from different guru and learn from you. Yeah.
Right. Because I think it's very important because then you will always be updated with all the new things, right? How about that part of relationship building?
It's very important.
Right.
Yes.
But I feel not many negotiators really know what it means by this. But through your experience, can you at least share a little bit about this?
The relationship building is very important. It's like in between you and your client, how you can build the trust there. The trust is very important. Once you have the trust already, then it's not about selling product. It's mainly about how is your relationship with them and the building with them.
The relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay, there is an argument here, okay? Opportunity, which means the deal of the property, more important, or the relationship building and the trust more important. Now, here itself, we have these two things. I'm quite sure your agents or your downline or everything, they always like to ask you, which one? Don't you think that you always face this question? That this question, they will ask you, hey, but deal, or maybe building a relationship, they will ask you this question, which one is more important?
We always say that you must be in there ready. Like you build your relationship, eventually the deal will come. And like we when we do selling, right, we actually add value to our client. We listen to them, understand their situation. We didn't force them to buy or force them to invest. Once you really understand them, provide the piece of advice to them, then the money eventually comes.
True. You see, because that is very important. I totally agree with this. It's like this. It's like, don't just because the deal is good, you start pushing the products.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's not about the deal. Not everyone is looking for the deal. Yeah, of course we want a good deal, but we also want other things. Example, like how well is this home suitable for me?
Yes.
Whether the size,
yes,
whether the locations, does it suit my family? Does it suit my, all these things I feel is all the small little touch that I think that someone can value add on that rather than you just banging on, hey, you know what, that you're the LGBT, you this, you that.
Then this is just one time offer.
One time off, isn't it?
Yes,
correct.
Just one time
That's the reason why that differentiate between relationship compared with transactional is that how in depth you are to go and understand someone. So that's why, like for me, I love to meet a lot of negotiator, but I can see from the way that they ask me a couple of questions, I kind of know where they will be.
Yes. That's why we always educate our agents that you need to really understand what is the client requirement, and then you get the right product for them.
Correct. Okay, so remember this, you want to be a good agent, you want to be a good negotiator, you have to learn two words, 冷靜. 冷靜 means calm down, okay? Calm down means listen, okay? Build rapport first. Don't even bother to sell anything yet.
Hello, Jessie.
Right? So here itself, you don't bother to sell yet, you understand. Then only you start. That shows how professional you are. That shows how good you are because you're so calm to that. Like for me in my environment, I don't sell anybody anything unless I really got to know that person in that.
Yeah. And then how you differentiate among those negotiators. Because a lot of them say that, hey, outside so many negotiators, then how can I be different from them? So this is the way that how you can be different from them.
Don't be that's why, Evon, I say, hey, please, when you come here, don't wear black. Because, like, typical black. Oh my God, so at the Asian place, don't wear so black, wear more colorful, differentiate yourself from the rest a little bit. Okay, so definitely we have Louis in the house. Hi, and we have hi Louis, hi Jessie, hi Michelle, hi Casey. So hi everyone. So in the house, please remember to like, comment, and share.
iProperty.
Oh, Jessie is an iProperty GM. iProperty is iProperty is the Malaysia one, right? The Australia.
iProperty is our web portal. Yes.
The Australia or something like that.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So hi Jessie. Hi Casey. Casey, you asked about how much positive effect does the waiver or LGBT has on the property market. Which sector tend to gain most of the waiver of our RPGT. Okay, that's the last question I'm going to ask. I'm going to let the audience ask you about property because this is supposed to be a personal brand yourself car, not a property thing. But definitely will definitely answer your question, Casey. Okay, the question is how much positive effect does a waiver of RPGT on the property market? Which sectors tend to gain most from the waiver of the RPGT?
This waiver of the opportunity definitely help a lot of owner out there because at this moment they need all the cash to actually boost up their business to help out. So if they sell and then they have some gain,
Correct.
then they don't need to pay anything.
Kind of, it's more of the cash out, right? Because as long as the property is not cash out, you cannot. It's not so easy to be liquefied. So I feel that the RPGT, at least it doesn't lock them down that how many years they need to do it. They can cash out. So sometimes cash is king, especially in this crisis time. Yes, you may not, you may lose some, but at least that cash can help you to maneuver the crisis a little bit better. So what do you think?
Yes,
Does that make sense,
yes.
right? Okay, so I hope that answered your question, Casey. Hi, Brian. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for always support the Facebook Live and the program.
Philo
Hi,
is
Philo.
our agency leader at KK.
Oh, okay. Hi, Philo. Remember to promote High Fly Asia, Evon, and me there, okay? Okay, now, I'd like to ask you, because you're involved in the Women Conference. Now, what can we expect from this Women Conference?
We expect to reach out more women out there, which is this Women for Women is really a very good event. It's allowed women to have more choices to understand and to learn from 50 career women and learn through their story, how they face the challenge, how they can be success in their life.
Isn't it? Like I think that is, you remember there's a saying that if you give a fish to someone, you only eat once, but you teach the other person how to fish, you can help that person forever, right?
Yes.
So here itself, I guess anything about got to do with charity or supporting others. If let's say we give money, that we can help them temporarily.
Yes.
But here itself, we are letting them know what are the areas of things that they can do beside what they are doing now. Because for me, I was a flight attendant previously. I didn't realize the moment that I step out and exposed into other environment, start putting in all the wisdom, then I find that hey, the mind is quite powerful. It's up to you whether you want to go and acquire wisdom or knowledge for other industry. Like for me, it's like here, I can become a real estate negotiator if I want to. Like for you, that's why you are here to learn about my things. So I think wisdom is so powerful. Like I feel like even my lawyer friends ask me, since you like legal so much, why don't you go and take your law degree? I don't deny that I actually have a thought on that because doing this is not so much about I want to prove to other people, but I want to prove to myself that I can acquire anything anywhere. So I feel that this kind of mindset, which you go into just now, what do you say? Growth mindset, isn't it?
Yes.
So it goes very open to learn. Open to acquire, especially this platform itself. We have so many mentors there to be guiding you. I think that is amazing, right? Okay, you have pillar of strength, you have wisdom to learn, and then you have like mentor like Evon and Penny and Tati Winnie there. I think it's such a good environment. Definitely you won't see me inside because it's a woman for women. I'm only there to organize and promote this. And I feel that you want you all to be safe in this environment. That's why Evon and Penny is taking over my positions to be supporting that.
Because this is also a very good opportunity. Where can we find that a platform that allow you to learn from 50 women that from different industry?
Correct.
Only this Women for Women's Conference that allow you to actually learn from 50 women that from different industry.
Correct. And then sometimes it's like that. Even sometimes our neighbor is from other industry or our friend from our industry. We have a tendency to be shy.
Yes.
We have a tendency to ask, hey, would I ask already? Would she don't want to share or not? Because not everyone are willing to share, to be fair. So anyone that is in this platform, all of them, you can be rest assured, or everyone inside here are willing to share and support. At least we filter before we put them inside. Now, in the outside world, I can safely say not necessarily the people you meet are willing to share, which is okay because they are not obliged to do that. So as long as this environment, I can safely say everyone are there to support and be supported by each other. Okay, so here, see, Datin say this. Yes, together as a team of 50 inspiring women, we can motivate more women out there to be shy and gain more wisdom through this conference. Yes, Datin, you are so amazing to be the leader in terms of, leading this conference.
Yes.
I would like to ask you one question: is how is it feel like to be working alongside Datin Winnie Lu?
It's very happy because Datin Winnie is actually a role model for every one of us. She keep on improve and keep on inspire people around that, and also she's so humble that the other day said actually we learning from each other. Yes,
She said that to you,
yes,
right?
yes.
Right. What that day, was it the first day you met her?
Yes.
Right, and you almost don't feel like you feel like it's the first day I'm talking to her, right?
Yes.
She makes you feel like so like you are the best friend kind of thing, right? You're so comfortable and you don't even so you're almost like before you meet her, you have a perceived value like she will be like this, and when you meet her, you totally like it's like so much nicer, so much right.
Yes.
She always have this. She has this flair on her that she makes anybody feel so comfortable, even though it's the first time talking to her. Right? How do you do that, Datin? Okay, we all want to learn from you. Now, this Mr. Lai say, I think we have the waiver or LGBT has a positive event on the real estate, especially when previous ruling that properly acquired above.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that we agree because Mr. Lai is also a lawyer and she has done a lot of transactions, so she knows that he knows that this is quite important, especially to for people who want to cash out and also for people who wants to have a liquidify their property assets. Yeah. Nothing when you say, wow, Evon, I'm so flattered. Thank you, and it's so humbling to hear that. I guess like Datin, everyone want to learn from you, and then I think Datin also feel it's very important to learn from the young ones also because like what we say, woman empowerment is all both way. You learn from me, I learn from you. As long as you have this mindset, I think our society is pretty much very well balanced because we keep on making sure that the energy go and flow back,
yes.
So it becomes very balanced, right?
Give and take, give and choose. Abundance always.
Abundance, yeah, that's the meaning. Abundance, always have the abundance mindset, always have the possibility mindset. That's why in High Fly Asia or in my ruling, I always say this: I don't allow people to say I can't do it and I don't know how to do it because that's like easy way out. That kind of like stop you from even trying.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now you try, you can't do it, it's still better than never try. Don't you think so? Right? So having a possibility mindset is very important. Don't let your environment restrict you from doing something. Yeah? Okay, now we always talk about kindness in the society, right? So what is your opinion on that? What do you think that we need more on that or your perspective on this?
Definitely we need more on that because every one of us playing a very important role. If you're being kindness, you will like pay it forward. You will actually pay it forward to someone. Someone will do it. Then the whole world will become beautiful and abundance.
And I actually read that in the book that say, say only that you are kind and say and doing it is actually two different things. Because sometimes you have people that they know how to say, but they are not doing it. But I think we can kind of differentiate it a little bit from people that say and people who do it, because I feel like the doing part is more important. And I feel like kindness is all about making sure, as easy as it is, like in the online world, to be a little bit kind, right? If you're not happy, do not need to comment anything, right? We always want to share positive things. Are we like being fake? I don't think we are being fake, but we just that we want to have a more positive environment, isn't it? I mean, of course, sometimes you're also not happy with things, but we don't have to tell people, right? What do you think?
Yeah,
right,
just...
Yeah, no need to go and say, oh, we don't like, we're not happy with all these things. It's fine, right? We can just chit chat like that, but we don't have to be announcing it out there. because every one of us go through our own journey of obstacles, challenges in life, right? Before we even judge anybody, we don't even know what is actually happening in their life.
Yes.
So it's not, we are not allowed to do that, right? Openly at least. So get to know that person a little bit better before start judging. It's not too late, isn't it? Right? We have John Low. John Low is so proud. Yvonne, I'm so proud of you. Have accomplished a lot. And look forward to seeing even more blessing coming to you. See, all this blessing is very important, because if you're a good person, you'll always be blessed in many ways. And like what you say, pay for what you are kind, that people will be kind to you. I think that is very, very simple things that we always share in the society. Okay. Now, here itself, I would like to ask you is like, throughout your years of being negotiator or being a woman, as become leader or become a mentor. Now, what is the one thing that you realize is the most important that have helped you to be who you are today? Like maybe like one thing that you realize is that thing definitely that you must achieve, if not other thing you cannot achieve.
One thing.
The
The one thing is always be keeping yourself improved. Self-improvement is very important, and then be positive. Yeah, sometimes you have up and down. Is you yourself how to be improved on that, and how you face it. A lot of time I actually will sit down and then analyze what is working, what is not,
right.
and then what is the thing that I should improve. Yeah, a lot of time it's all is about ourselves. It's not about others. A lot of time we put complaint out there.
We blame other people.
Yes. It's actually not about others. It's about ourselves.
Okay. So I think throughout that just now you're sharing, I kind of like one part of it which I'm doing is that one of evaluating your journey with yourself.
Yes.
Right? Because this one is what I call is like doing debriefing with yourself. Because sometimes you don't have a lot of people to come in to help you to do debriefing because they don't really understand your life, right? But because you understand your life better, you probably sit down and just do a debriefing. Okay, today, now when I do this, I make this mistake. What could I have done to make it better? What I have done that it does so well? I think this kind of practice, I also do it on myself. And I find that it's very powerful. You kind of like, you can divide yourself into two parts and kind of negotiate with yourself that what are the things that you can improve.
Yes.
I think this one is an art. And I think all of us need to learn how to do that a little bit, because when we do not have other people by our side, we are the only one that can actually help us to overcome it.
Yes.
Because in anything we do, debriefing is so important. If we don't debrief, right, how we know that which one is doing correct or wrong?
Yes. And if you really learn through from the challenges, then it will occur again, and then the same mistake will not repeat again. So
correct. And then we also talk about that part that just now we did say about how we correct our words that in our mouth,
yes.
Right? So if let's say we say that this obstacle is very very difficult, I think maybe we can swap the word difficult into become excited, right? When the difficult become excitement, the energy, the aura, the feeling is all different. Because I think just now, after we end our dinner, we were on the way to the toilet, we always say this, that in our mind, in our zone, there are only two kind of things, either fear or love, right? Right? Even what you call that? The superhero is Green Lantern. Do you watch Green Lantern? No. Okay, so Green Lantern is all about this superhero movie that talk about green is courage,
okay.
While yellow is fear. So it's either you go into the courage part so courage is also love, right? So either this or that. You either fall into these two categories. So if let's say you put yourself into the love mode, which everything you see is all opportunity, possibility, and especially one more point that I like to point out is like this: every time when you see something, can we start to judge this person from the positive perspective rather than straight away say, look at it as a negative perspective. Example, real estate, a lot of this. When sometimes, right, when a real estate come and approach any of the people out there, I'll say, oh yeah, why? You want to sell me things? Correct. So I think this one is something, what do you think?
Yeah.
Huh?
Everyone have their positive and negative, have their fall and their curve and the edge. We just look at their
positive.
Yes.
You know, to be fair, for the benefit of the doubt, can we look at everyone at the positive remarks until proven wrong? So like you're guilty only when you're wrong, right? So before that, can we just make sure that we only see the positive part? By doing this, I think our world can be a little bit more colorful and brighter, you know? Instead of seeing everyone as a con man and seeing everyone as a thing, it's so difficult, right?
Just don't look things at the surface, because sometimes a lot of things that still need to go a bit more deeper. Yes.
Benefit of the doubts, you give a benefit of doubts. Okay, I look at you, okay, as like giving you a chance. I give you a chance, give you some time, and you do whatever you do. But if I don't like it, then it's fine. But at least give a chance, correct? See, so far we are already almost to the end of our Facebook Live already. You see, remember that earlier on you asked me, hey, when the 1 hour, is it too long or what? So for the last time, if you are in the house, please like, comment, and share this Facebook Live so that more people will read. And we're almost to our end of this Facebook Live. I'm so happy to be always doing this, is because each time when I have invited guests over here, somehow, somewhere, even though I know Evon, but because of this live, we kind of go a little bit deeper into getting to know each other better. Yes. We may not realize it, but it is happening, because somehow this life can kind of like bond us a little bit better. And next week itself, we are also very fortunate, because we have a very important, my brother Tony. Tony is in the house. Now, Tony is very important because he is the man behind this beautiful office, okay? And also he is the man behind all my event, because not only he helps me to design the office, help me to make sure next week is going to be a little bit very different, because we are going to be a very free style of Facebook Live. And we are going to share about how Tony comes into my environment, how Tony helped me to design my office, to make this Hi-Fi Asia office to be a top of the town, and also how his event site helped me to launch my this hybrid launch of my Women at Work conference. We have a very, very, very good and intimate conversation with Tony next Wednesday at 8:30. So please set your time so that you won't miss out on that. Other than that, thank you, Evon, for joining me. And thank you, awesome people out there. I know that we are all move on to the go back to our job, but please, I think all this Facebook Live and getting to know each other is still very important for us to get connected with each other, isn't it? Other than that, thank you for being so awesome. Like what we say, stay strong, stay kind, and stay awesome. Okay? Bye-bye.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dance dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine.